Wargame anytime. Hey folks, and welcome to a very special little episode of Any Wargame Anytime. My name's Bozz, and today I'm going to unbox for you Warhammer 40,000 3rd edition. So a little bit of backstory. This was the edition that I first got into 40k way back in the day, and it was this box that I got for Christmas when I was 13, I think. My friend had brought the rulebook to school one day, and I was like, oh, what's that? That looks really cool. And kind of took the rulebook home and had a read and was like, I must play this game. And begged my folks all year to get it for me. And yeah, actually on Christmas morning, this was waiting for me under the tree. Not this exact box. I got this very recently because I just couldn't pass it up. And as you can kind of see, it's in pretty good condition, considering that it's, what is it now, 26 years old? So what I'm going to do is just open the box and go through it bit by bit and kind of talk about what it brings back for me and why this is such an important piece of my own personal history. And you know, we give GW a lot of kind of negative press on this channel, and they do earn it. They really do. But that isn't what this is about. This is about what got me into wargaming all those years ago and the feelings that it still evokes in me today. So let's dive in. So, starting with just the gorgeous John Blanche artwork on the front. I never, ever, ever get tired of looking at beautiful art like this. There's just so much to it. And of course, this was really the first edition that they went hard on the grimdark as well. So yeah, gorgeous box. Alright, so diving right in, what we've got to start with is, of course, the rulebook. Now, it is the full rulebook, colors, all the rules, all of the army lists. No kind of start now version of the rules. Here is everything that you need. And of course, the 3rd edition rulebook, it's a complete game within itself. It's got all the army lists you need to start playing. Of course, they brought out codices and things, but everything you need to play 3rd edition is in this book. And it's in great condition. You can see the spine hasn't even really been broken from overuse. I think that kind of pokes up a little bit, and yeah, I have another 3rd edition rulebook, and it is not in anywhere near as good condition as this. And just, I love the artwork in it, and I love these little kind of snippets. Yeah. And just the beautifully painted models. I love this rulebook. It's funny going back and playing 3rd edition these days, because of course there's no running in 3rd edition. You move 6 inches, and if you're not a jet bike or something like that, and you can then charge 12 inches, but if you can't charge, then you're stuck with a 6-inch move. It feels a little clunky these days, but you know, that's what we're playing with at the time. This is really cool. Old mail order magazine from 1998. This is how you used to get all your kind of stuff. The internet hadn't really taken off. By then you can see they call it the Games Workshop Worldwide website. So that kind of gives you an indication. And this is just extra stuff you can buy if you haven't got a Games Workshop locally. And look at the prices too. Gosh. So that's really cool. I enjoy these bits of kind of period nostalgia. And here's the read me first. It's just, you know, this is how you do a basic little battle. Also kind of how you put the land speeder together. And terrain. Yeah, love a box set for a game that comes with literally everything you need to play, including terrain. It's another edition of Troll. This one's all about the Dark Eldar and the Chaos and... oh yes, the Night Goblins. That was their big thing that they were pushing this time. And again, it's just cool new stuff that you can buy, and this was kind of how they got it out if you weren't doing... if you weren't buying White Dwarf. This was very standard. I've had several copies of this little booklet over the years, and it's just... you know, welcome to the hobby. This is what it is. You know, if you've got absolutely no idea what you're looking at, you can flick through this rulebook. Not rulebook. You can flick through this little booklet and get a really good idea. Like, yeah, no, here's what makes a Warhammer Fantasy army, and that's what they might look like facing off. And it's the same thing for, oh yeah, and painting as well, painting guides. Same thing for 40k. You know, they'd have these out in the shops, I think, and use them to kind of, oh yeah, no, come on, come in and get into it, this is really cool. Anyway, I've had several of these over the years, and I've always thought they're really cool. There's even... yeah. I was going to say there's even something about building terrain, but obviously I must have misremembered that because there's not something there. These are quite handy as well. You've got little, well, not little actually, they're full A4 sized reference sheets, so each player can have one next to them. They've got the hit table, roll table, you know, all the on-hand information you need to play the game and make it as easy as possible. I love that this box makes it as easy to play as humanly possible. So now we get to the models themselves and all the bits and gubbins. Of course, you've got the ubiquitous red measuring rulers that may or may not be accurate. Looking pretty good for 26 years, really truly. Templates. I love template weapons and miss them intensely in modern games. I don't think I play anything at the moment that uses a template weapon, except of course for 3rd Ed. So this is really cool. A set of trees. So these are really modular. You could... they have kind of 2 sprues of this, and just under the land speeder here, they've got a sprue of bases and connecting bits, and you can build these trees however you want, and I guess you could glue them. I'll kind of see when I put them together. I can't remember how they went together in terms of if you can change them once they've been kind of put together without needing glue to make them not fall down. But yeah, we'll see. As you can see, the sprues are in pretty good nick. A few things have fallen out down here, but actually, pretty much everything is still on the sprue and still in really good nick. Of course, we've got our round bases. There's a couple... oh, and the stand for the land speeder as well. There's a couple of models that have already been kind of built and based really, really quite badly as well. All those details are pretty much gone, so I'll have to strip them, but luckily it is just a handful of the Marines that have been kind of pre-built. Most of it's still on the sprue and still there ready for me to dive into. I still don't know if I'm actually going to build this or if I'm just going to keep it as a piece of nostalgia. I do not know. I cannot decide. I'm always happy to have input as well. A set of dice as well, including the scatter die, which I love and miss. Love a scatter die. It's one of my favourite things about Necromunda is, you know, throwing grenades and things and having them scatter. I like that. Alright, so we've got half of our land speeder there, and it's just... I still think it's so crazy that this box came with something like a land speeder in it. I think they could have very easily just had the Space Marines and the Eldar, but they decided, no, we're going to go and give them something really cool for this starter set as well. And yeah, Land Speeder, you can build it in a couple of different ways. Obviously, the forces in this box are ridiculously unbalanced. 10 Space Marines and a Land Speeder against 20 Dark Eldar is going to be a hard mission for the Eldar player. But look at this. Look at this proper terrain, proper ruins. Multi-level ruins in a starter box. None of this cardboard business. It's brilliant. I can't rave enough about how right Games Workshop got this box set with everything that you needed to actually get on the tabletop and start playing. And then we've got a bunch of Marine sprues. You can see there's a couple missing. As I said before, they've been built. A couple of kind of accessories and bits, sprues for your Marines there. Well, not really accessories, you need these to build them, but yeah, they're just separate. And then you've got your Dark Eldar sprues, and I think Dark Eldar were introduced this edition and with this starter set, so these would have been the first models of them. I will double check that and edit this out if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure this was the first appearance. And what I love about it is there's so many bits that you can add. You can add these little spikes. You can, these are really posable sprues that you can make your own. There's not like one or two or three, even 3 or 4 ways to do them. You can put these together in so many different ways. I also love that there are female bodies as well. I'm very big on kind of equal representation, I suppose, in my war games. It's more just like I feel like in that kind of grimdark future that everybody's getting sucked into that war machine, and I like my armies on the tabletop to represent that. It's not about anything else rather than just everyone's getting fed into the meat grinder. So yeah, you've got enough sprues for 20 Dark Eldar Cabalite warriors, I think they're called. You can make some tank traps and some barrels, jerry can. They're just stuff to make the battlefield more interesting. And yeah, I'm going to keep on going on about it because it's just awesome that you can do everything with this box. And so and we've got our last sprue there. And so that's it. That's the box. I've got another little sprue of power packs for the Marines. So now we can keep on looking at this gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. It is just incredible how beautiful this actual box is. The box itself is a work of art. And it's really quite a thing for me to have this box back in my life, because it's been so long since I got into this hobby, and it's changed and evolved so much that it's just really, really amazing to have this solid grounding of, right, this box right here is where I started. This is where my journey into this hobby began, and it's how I made a lot of friends throughout my life. It's how I've stayed sane at times, having that fallback of, okay, well, I've got some painting to do. Okay, I've got to get out of the house because I need to go and play a game. And even doing this podcast as well, it's something that really grounds me in my otherwise very, very busy life that doesn't revolve around war games anywhere near as much as I wish it did. So I think I may build this box. I think I may actually build it. If I do, I'll be making videos of every single aspect of it and play some games. hopefully I'll be able to get some games recorded for the channel, and if not, then you'll just have to hear me talk about them, because I love 3rd edition Warhammer for exactly what it is, and I love this box for everything that it is. So that's it. I've been Bozz with Any Wargame Anytime, and until next time, go where the game's good.